Welcome to the Hat Creek. I want to say a big shout out to the Hops and Hollers in Knoxville, FUUF. Got that last year at the Tennessee Florida game. I wear it proudly every once in a while. Listen, so I want to talk about the game yesterday. Now, I'm not a sports YouTube channel, and this is only my honest opinion. So, once again, it's an opinion. It's not a fact. It's just how I feel about the situation. Now, with that being said, I want to make two things clear. One, T. Martin is my man. T. Martin, they should bring, well, they did bring, but they should hire him as head coach. Should have the whole time. I want a Tennessee guy. Look, Peyton Manning made his millions. Let my brother T make some millions too, bro. Let him head coach. All right. I mean, what's the worst you could do? I mean, you got a bald-headed. I ain't even gonna say nothing because I'm trying to keep this PG. Pruitt's not my guy. Pruitt never was my guy. T. Martin always been my guy. All right. I was saying hashtag bring back T. Go on my social media, my Instagram, my Facebook. You'll see it, all right? This ain't day one T. Martin, all right? Number 17, bring me a national title. I was hollering in 98. I was hollering in 2018. I've been hollering in 2008. I'll holler in 2028, all right? All right. Point number two. I think that Jeremy Pruitt is Mr. Alabama. I think that if given the opportunity, he'll go back and cut the grass at Bryant Denny just like Forrest Gump did in Greenbow, Alabama. All right, for free because he liked doing it so much and he didn't need the money because he was already a millionaire from all the money UT paid him to put us down to Johnny Flusher even more. Now, look, I got season tickets. I've had season tickets for about 3 years now. This year, we upgraded to 5 because we take our kids to 2 or 3 games a year, and I'm always stuck giving my 2 tickets away and then having to find 5 together, okay? So we talked to the ticket people this year, and they put us 5, 2 in the front, 3 in the back. So me and my wife and my daughter can sit up top, and then in the bottom, 26, 27, put my 2 boys in 26. And then when we sell the tickets for their tickets, and we sit in our other 2 seats, we'll have, the sold seats behind us, and we'll be down here. Okay, now, I want to point out that I am UT faithful, all right? But I also want you to know that come next Saturday, when Brigham Young University Cougars come to town, they're probably going to stomp a mud hole in us. You want to know why? Because a team full of walk-ons just beat us, y'all. Okay. Maybe they're not walk-ons. Maybe they're scholarship athletes. But here's what I will say about that. If they were so darn good, why didn't we recruit them, all right? All right? I'm just saying. Then he brings back Jim Chaney. Don't know the man. Don't care to know the man. Here's what I tell you about Jim Chaney. All right? 1, first thing, Lane Kiffin hired him. All right? 2, Derek Dooley kept him on. You want to talk about 3 years, I'd like to get a mulligan on. Whew. Now look, Butch wasn't my guy. He was from Cincinnati. He's not from Tennessee. I'm all about a Tennessee guy. Hell, I didn't even want Lane Kiffin or Derek Dooley. I'm saying, well, hey, T. Martin's over at Kentucky, or hey, you want a young coach? T. Martin's over at USC, or why the hell are we? These guys are coaching high school, man. Oh my God! Like, look, a lot of people say Tennessee fans are delusional, but I'm gonna tell you right now. You go on interweb and you Google greatest coaches in history. You know who they argue? There's an argument that say that General Neyland beat Paul Bear Bryant more times than Paul Bear Bryant beat General Neyland. All right, so there's an argument for 1 and 2. All right, well, obviously the Bear gets it. I mean, how do you say no to 6 rings? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But like, you understand what I'm saying? Johnny Majors, Doug Dickey, Philip Fulmer. I mean, look at the record books, yo. Tennessee got like boatload of national, like we got 6 national titles, I think. I mean, 5 or 6 undefeated seasons under, you know, this is not the modern era of football, I would say, but it does, like, to me, it doesn't matter, right? You know, here's a joke. You want to know how to make an Alabama fan upset? Tell them Princeton got more national titles than they do. Like, you can be like, oh, da, da. Well, there's this thing, you know, back in the day, there was like 6 polls. So you got the undisputed guy every once in a while, where he would have all 5 polls in his favor. Well, then you got like the split decisions where you had co-national title. You know, it's kind of like the days before the BCS, you know? So, I mean, I say if you got a school that was ranked by the AP 7 and 8, or I'm sorry, 1 and 2 or whatever, but they went, let's say 11 and 1. They lost 1 key game. I think that's happened to Alabama a couple times in their championship runs. But then you have like a 13 and 0 Tennessee. Who you gonna give it to? The 11 and 1 Alabama. I've seen it happen several times with Boise State and Appalachia State, University of Central Florida, the Bulls or whatever. You know, in my opinion, and once again, this is all my opinion, 13 and 0 should be fighting the guy that's 11 and 1. Not Ohio State, that's 11 and 2. Or whatever it is. I'm just saying, like, the guy's undefeated, you give him a shot, right? Well, I mean, but then again, you're talking about pollsters, you know, AP, the Associated Press. So we're going strength of schedule, how many road games, if they struggled against an unranked opponent. Look here, bub, it doesn't matter, bro. You know what Ric Flair always said? To be the best, you got to beat the best. The moral of the story that I'm trying to tell you guys is, I honestly think Pruitt should be a man walking there with his resignation typed up, set it on AD's desk and be like, Coach, thank you for the opportunity, but the legend precedes me and I can't handle UT football, okay? Now, he can take the blame at the press conference all he wants, but and I hate to use this, I swear to God, on my children, I hate to say this, but when a sumbitch like Tim Tebow goes on national television and makes a promise in tears that he ain't never gonna let nothing like this happen again while he's at the University of Florida, and then I got JG, it was this and that, and Garantano needs to go back to Rutgers or wherever the hell he wanted to play at to begin with. UT didn't want him. That was some Butch Jones shit. And if he's the best we got, we need to bench him and start over. Bring a true freshman in. At least Tennessee's going to understand when, you know, the field general drops the ball a bunch of times, fumbles it, throws interceptions. I mean, Did they not go over to Maxim's before the game? I mean, look, that's a bunch of rambling. Look, I'm worried about our season. I really am. I'm worried about it. Like, I thought we might have went 8-6 or something. 8-5. I don't even know. I'm so aggravated about yesterday. I don't think people understand, or maybe the coaching or the kids don't understand that Georgia State ain't been around but 10 years or something. The football program. That's like going home and getting beat up by your little brother, bro. By your little brother. Oh, they was good players. They was ready. Well, if they good players, they don't need to be at fucking Georgia State. They need to be at Tennessee riding a full scholarship, winning games for us. But no, we got 4 and 5 stars that obviously ain't got no heart. Look, I mean everything I say. Pruitt's not my guy. Never was. Never will be. I'll support the team. I'll keep buying my season tickets. I'll keep blowing my money on the university because I believe in the institution of the University of Tennessee. Me and my wife joke around all the time and say Tennessee should just leave the SEC and go like the ACC or the Big East or some shit. You know what I mean? But I'd be bullshitting because we started it, bro. We started it. The Southern Conference. We started it. Look it up. Before there was the SEC, there was a thing called the Southern Conference. It was us. We started it with Alabama and Georgia. We was the original. Hell, Florida's outcast. They wasn't even a part of that shit. We brought them in after we made the SEC. We started it, man. Like, we are college football. 122 teams fielded. And that's not counting wartime, because I don't believe they did actual numbered teams them years because of wartime or whatever. They didn't have a team. This year they do, and then the years they do, it's 122, okay? 122 years we've put a football team on the field. I'm pretty sure that number's right. It could be 123. Shit, I don't know. All I'm telling you is we embarrassed ourselves yesterday, the whole state of Tennessee, and all them upperclassmen need to be put on a goddamn bench, and the freshmen need to be put in, and the coaching staff, except for T. Martin, needs to be fired and sent up the road. And then T can bring in graduate assistants or some shit. I mean, like, really, bro? Like, what the hell happened yesterday? Like, we're gonna get killed. The Mormons are gonna come in and they're gonna massacre us. You might as well just put the stretchers lined up along the sidelines right there up behind Section T and let all the big money watch everybody get murdered. Because that's what's fitting to happen. We are so unprepared. I kept telling myself, well, maybe we're just playing the little 5-yard, does Garantano not got an arm? Did he hurt it like really bad last year? I mean, I got questions. I want 5 minutes alone with the UT coaching staff and another 5 minutes alone with the players. I want to ask these same questions. And then they ain't even got to give me responses. They can just put that shit in their head. Because them press conferences yesterday was weak. Weak! Look, I ain't going to get myself worked up no more about it. I'll be there next weekend. I'll be there the weekend after that. I ain't going to go to Florida. I was going to travel some this year. Probably not going to happen. And definitely not going to a bowl game.